Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email us Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. Today we are discussing what might be considered the ultimate Rolex, and that makes it, by extension, the ultimate certified pre-owned Rolex. Yes, it is a certified pre-owned Rolex Oyster Perpetual Day-Date II. This is the big one, made from 2008 to 2015, 41 millimeters in diameter, reference 218206. It's big at 41, but broader even than you think, with solid end links, 53.4 millimeters across the wrist. If we just measure the case from edge to edge, it's 49.6 millimeters, but only 12.2 millimeters thick, with a 21 millimeter spacing in between the lugs. Now, it's important to note that certified pre-owned Rolex is the only kind of pre-owned Rolex we sell. It entails authentication by Rolex itself, not just that it's a real Rolex, but that all the parts are correct to the model, a 2-year globally valid warranty, and should the watch require any parts or service to be prepared for certification, those will be Rolex official. The watch comes with a nifty holographic hang tag that is unique to the certified pre-owned program, and we'll just do a quick flyby here. We have a little leatherette travel pouch that's suede on the inside. We have a serial and reference specific Rolex certified pre-owned warranty card. That's a global warranty. It is not through the retailer, it is through Rolex itself. So any Rolex point of sales or service around the world, you bring in your Rolex. If it needs work, this will be honored. We also have a little guide that has more information about the certified pre-owned program, the service network globally, care and feeding of your certified pre-owned Rolex. We also have a little leatherette pouch and a warranty manual, the exact terms of the CPO warranty. And finally, it comes with a packing box that is CPO specific. In case you're wondering, if the watch has its original retail box, papers, and accessories, you will get those too. But at a minimum, you get everything I just showed you through Rolex certified pre-owned. The watch is massive. Again, this is probably the heaviest standard production Rolex watch of all time, and by about 5 to 10 grams, it is heavier than the white gold Yachtmaster II. So we'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, and all apologies, but I do need to show some skin to at least demonstrate how this rather sensual product works on a human forearm. You can see it's broad and it's flat. It'll easily slide under a cuff. My wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference, and I could easily recommend this watch for my wrist size, but if your wrist is any smaller, you're going to want to look for a smaller Day-Date. The feeling of mass around 270 grams is unbelievable. Eyes closed, you can tell this is something that is very special. This was also a trial balloon, as it was the first Rolex model, specifically the Platinum Day-Date II, was the first Rolex model to get ceramic-coated linking pins inside the bracelet. The idea being that the platinum metal itself could not wear down the ceramic-coated pins, and that ends the phenomenon of bracelet stretch forever. So this is the President bracelet, though the watch has often been nicknamed the Rolex President because of illustrious ownership. The fact is, the watch has always been the Day-Date since it debuted in the mid-50s, but the bracelet is properly called the President. It's a 3-link design that has a lot of the physical integrity of the 3-link Oyster Sports bracelet, but also the short-link souplesse and flexibility of the 5-link Jubilee dress bracelet. You can see a combination of polish and satin, removable links, and there are many of them, are fixed by screws. We have a sophisticated modern version of the crown clasp. You can see a combination of polish and media blast internally. We have this little articulated lock, and you can see that there's a beacon hook system. So these two things lock together, and you must lift and unlock it to open it. So it's not like previous generations of friction fit crown clasps, though it does share the mystifying hidden break between the two sides. The only clue as to where the bracelet separates being the 5-point coronet. Now, platinum is an incredible material. Gold is featured in watchmaking as 75% gold. That's 18 karat. Platinum is 95% platinum, and you really feel it, especially compared to a gray gold watch. You can tell the difference with platinum. It is blindingly white. We've got a twin lock crown here, screw down, 100-meter water resistance. You know you're looking at a twin lock in platinum because there is one monocular dot. It is a cyclops looking back at you and reminding you how imposing it is. A cyclops, after all, in mythology was a giant, and so is this. You got to remember that a Day-Date 40, though only 1 millimeter smaller, is about 47 millimeters, 47.7 across the wrist. That's its lug-to-lug measurement. It doesn't have these solid end links. The Day-Date 40 has pivoted end links. This is so much bigger and heavier that it wears almost like a 43, so keep that in mind. You have Rolex's exclusive, or I should say platinum exclusive, ice blue metallic sunburst dial. This is only featured on platinum Rolex watches. We've got white gold baton faceted hands, Rolex crown, and numerals. They will never oxidize or tarnish. And you can see we have a Cyclops eye, speaking of monocular and Cyclops. The watch features a stop seconds or hacking function, instantaneous calendar change, and then because this is a modern era Day-Date, we have a double quick set. So you can set both the day and the date. And that's how that works. So the system here is a very user-friendly double quick set, and it's got a full English language calendar in this instance. A lot of subtlety on this watch, though. For example, take a look at the chemin de fer, the railroad track outboard. We've got a little track for measuring our seconds and measuring our minutes. Screw that back down, or better yet, demonstrate the operation of this double quick set caliber 31561 one more time. Notice the lovely serif font used. So the watch employs a movement that was only ever used in this model. It is the Rolex 3156. So underneath this oyster case back, 3156 is a version of the 3155 from the standard Day-Date, but specific to the larger case. Bidirectional, automatic winding, 48-hour power reserve, 4 hertz beat rate, 5 position adjusted, COSC certified Swiss chronometer, made shock resistant by a full balance bridge and a free sprung balance, and it is able to keep time in every physical orientation because of the presence of a Breguet overcoil hairspring, because that means you have very concentric breathing of the hairspring in every position. It's a 31 joule, 4 hertz movement, all the modern standards present and correct, and Rolex's unique combination of Teflon-coated reversing wheels and a jeweled staff rotor on this generation of movement makes it perhaps the quietest and smoothest and most unobtrusive winding automatic caliber of all time. The biggest of the Day-Dates, and probably a number that will remain the ultimate, as Rolex is unlikely to ever build a bigger Day-Date than this. Reach out to Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details of the certified pre-owned Rolex Day-Date II.